David Hasselhoff. Obviously. Let's talk about impact farming. From Fed Group, available on their easy-to-use app. This is a revolutionary investment platform. You'll actually own profit-producing assets on commercial farms. Assets like beehives, solar panels, blueberry bushes. And Fed Group takes care of all the hard work while you get the cash, which is kind of like a self-driving car. Call it your side hustle without any of the hassle. Wait, no hassle at all? Not even the Hasselhoff?
And that is exactly what we're talking about now. So nowadays, the new buzzword in technology is disruption. And we've seen this in the hotel industry with bookings.com and hotels.com and such apps. And we've also seen it in transportation with Uber and Taxify. But who would have thought that disrupting the farming industry would come to this? Now, my next guest doing just that, welcome onto the show, Grant Field, who's the CEO of Fed Group, and someone using this particular farming app, social media influencer, Thuso Manta. Thanks so much for coming through, both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on the show.
Okay, I wanted to ask why David Hasselhoff, but I won't. Rather talk to me about the app.
Yeah, I think the app was really, as you say, there are apps like Uber and there are apps like Taxify and the list goes on. And as we stopped and looked at things, we realized that no one had done this in the farming space, no one had done this in the financial services space. And really, we sat down with a whiteboard and said, we've got to disrupt this. We want to be the first to do so. And that was what we started out with, was this desire to do something disruptive. And that's what we came up with.
It's extremely exciting, but why blueberries and beehives as opposed to South African staples like maize?
Well, I think we realized that we wanted to choose products that hit the triple bottom line. We wanted products we could make a profit, but they must also be positive for people and for our planet. And so as we chose those three originally, we made sure they had a good feel, that they made a difference. And so if you think of, for example, beehives, I mean, everyone wants to help the plight of the honeybee. If you think of blueberries, there were two reasons. One is they're a great antioxidant, a good fruit, but also for 300 Rand, it allowed people to come onto our platform. And then solar is just clean. It's an amazing source of energy. And so those were how we chose those first three.
Is this going to bring down the price of blueberries somewhat? Oh.
No,
worry,
unfortunately
don't
not. But at least you can earn money from blueberries.
Yeah, get a cut.
Why did you decide to use this app and how did you come across it?
So basically, I was the advertising agency got in contact with me to work on the project and more about the app. And I tried to, when working with brands, I try to work with brands that sort of I can relate to or I believe in, and there's something I can put my name on. And when I just read about the app, it was absolutely fantastic, and started using it. Very, very easy to use, straightforward and clear cut, and I really like that about it.
But what exactly do you do with it, and how has it benefited what you do?
I think nowadays a lot of the youth want to think about the future. They want to also have as many side hustles as possible, invest, and we spend a lot of time on our phones. We also don't have a lot of time to be running around and finding how to invest and how to get this kind of return, how to do that. And the app just makes it so easy. You've got it on your phone, which you're always on your phone. You can see your returns, you can see your growth, everything. So, yeah.
So, Thuso Mamba, social media influencer. So, how do you go about doing what you do?
I sort of hate the word influencer because I'd say I go about what I do in. That's pretty much my everyday life. As I said, even with the app, it works because it's something I believe in and do myself. So, I mean, like, you just go about taking photos and documenting pretty much the things that you like and experiences that you go through every single day. And some people tend to like that and take inspiration for that. And proud of, I guess, that.
So, Grant, what's the uptake been like?
So it's just been far better than we thought. For us, this was something that we knew it was novel, we knew it was different, but you never know people are going to use it. And we launched, and it's just been incredible. People, it's different to your traditional business where you've perhaps got financial advisors out there meeting people from 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Here, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, there are people up, and they choose to buy then. And so it's been incredible. We've had over 25,000 downloads. The app trended as #1 on both the Apple and the Google Play Store. Thousands of people buying, just a broad range of people buying, like 7-year-olds to 70-year-olds. So it's just been really exciting. We've got live dashboards in our office, and we just literally see, live what's going on, and it's just been really exciting.
And of course, who is doing the uptake here? Because when you see farming app, you're thinking, okay, this is not for me. This is probably for farmers sitting somewhere. But I want to hear from Thuso, and I want to hear from you about this, because you say 7-year-olds. Which 7-year-old is downloading this? Why?
Yeah, so I think that everyone wants to, at some point, save and do something. But if you look at saving today, you put your money into some fund, which maybe is a fund of funds of funds of funds. And we recognize that. We said it's not transparent enough. You don't know where it's going. And so what we realize is people who want to invest, but they want their investment to make a difference. That's who's investing. So they know now that when I put my money in, it's going into beehives, or it's going into blueberries, or it's going into solar. So people know exactly where their money's going. And this is very, very tangible. There's no hidden fees. You know exactly what's going on. And so it's less about farming and more about making a difference. So you know you're going to get a return, but you know that you're helping produce clean energy. And so you become a virtual farmer. And I think that's great. And then, of course, on the opposite side are the people who are doing the farming. So you have solar installers who essentially are installing solar panels on large commercial sites, but instead of it belonging to one person, there's 500 people who each own one panel. And that's really quite special.
Absolutely. Thuso, what did you find, as you started using this and putting it out there? Who was actually keen on finding out more about it?
I think a lot of my peers, friends in my age group, for them, obviously, like the whole fact that, first of all, it's impact farming, sustainable farming, and I'm just touching on what you were saying earlier when you were saying, is this going to bring down the price of blueberries? I think for a lot of them, it's, okay, fine, it's not going to bring down the price of blueberries, but I'm going to get a share of that into my own pocket. And people look at, you can invest from as low as 300 Rand, and a lot of my peers look at how much money they spend on clothing, for example, going out in an evening, and you look at that and you say, okay, cool, I could take that money that I would spend on one weekend and just invest that and get a proper return without many middlemen, and be able to see where my money is going and how I'm going to get my returns over, say, a year or 4 years or whatever. And I think that appeals to people because there's very little work that you have to do, and then you can sort of see where you're getting, and you feel like you're doing something good with your money and saving.
Curiosity getting the better of me. Just finally, Grant,
yes.
Why David Hasselhoff?
I think it's just one of those guys that, we all know him. It's one of those things I said to my kids before the advert. I said, do you guys know David Hasselhoff?
Knight Rider.
Exactly, Knight Rider and, Kit. And then they looked at me and said, yo, we know David Hasselhoff. He's from Hop. And I said, Hop? What's Hop? And so, neither of us knew each other's shows, but we both knew David Hasselhoff. And then obviously that play on words. We really wanted to make things simple and reduce the hassle. And so we got rid of the Hoff, got rid of the hassle, and that's where it all came from.
Well, thanks so much to both of you for coming through. FOMO getting the better of me right now, so I need to go and check out this app. But thank you so much to Grant Field, CEO of Fed Group and social media influencer, even though he hates being called that, social media influencer, Thuso Mamba, talking to us about Disruptive Farming app by a Fed Group. So I'm going to check that out shortly. We're going to take a quick break, and then, can you believe it? Almost time to say goodbye after this.